I titled this video, How to Choose the Right Tools, the Right Business Tools in an AI Dominant World. And it feels like we're just getting bombarded and hit with information and with tools. And let's face it, that can genuinely feel overwhelming to someone like you and I who are what we call maybe a solopreneur. Welcome to the Life by Design podcast. I'm your host, Kim Ward, a certified master life and business coach, NLP practitioner, and your guide to building a life and business that you absolutely love. Hello, we are here with the ultimate resource guide. I'm so happy to have you here because I titled this video, How to Choose the Right Tools, the Right Business Tools in an AI Dominant World. And it feels like we're just getting bombarded and hit with information and with tools. And let's face it, that can genuinely feel overwhelming to someone like you and I who are what we call maybe a solopreneur. We're running a home-based business. Maybe we have a small team. Maybe we have a VA. Maybe it's just us, but we're the decision makers. So I'm excited to have this conversation with you. And I know that you brought a guide, a resource guide for anyone who's like, okay, I need that. So stick around because Carla has brought a gift for you. But you really help people stay updated with proven strategies. You give honest reviews. If you have not seen her YouTube or her blog, you will after today. And also actionable insights for just building that online business. So how did you get started in this environment?
Back when Facebook first came online is when I hit the blogging arena.
Wow, I was doing Farmville back then.
I'm very old school, and I really didn't know what a blog was until my teenage daughter educated me. But I learned how to build a blog on WordPress. And all of these terms were so foreign to me. I didn't know what a URL was. I look back and giggle now, but you don't know what you don't know.
For sure, for sure.
And I had to learn what a plugin was.
Plug it in. Now, this is ironic when you tell your story because you have one of the funnest blogs that I've ever read. I tell you this all the time. Like, I'm a super fan of your blog. It's so fun. I just love your personality and your snarkiness. It's one of my favorite things about you.
I picked up the snarkiness instead of cursing.
You get your point across, so it works.
Being snarky actually disarms people.
You were blogging when the rest of us were playing Farmville and you were figuring things out, which is why you are where you are today. I mean it. You figured it out. And I'm sure it wasn't an easy road for you.
No, there were. And I was on dial-up to boot.
I heard it in my head. I see that AOL dancing baby.
I did learn everything the hard way. How when you're working, you save often. Because there were nights I was busy building a page and the internet would crash and I hadn't saved and I had to start all over again. So that really is learning the hard way.
Jamie.
Also, what happened by learning the hard way is I learned what tools work and what tools are fancy, shiny things that should only be hanging in the window as a sun catcher.
I'm actually really glad you said that because I think of like a parent, the parent who has to go through the really hard seasons and the trenches to become the parent that the child needs. When we look at mentors, when we look at guides, there's a lot to be said to hook your wagon to someone who's been there, done that, failed, had frustrations, and done things that you'll never, ever know And you don't have to experience those things for yourself because you kind of took the beating for us. So thank you.
Yeah, it's true. And the thing is, we were just talking about how everything changes all the flipping time.
Shizzle.
So the thing is, in this online world where tools come and go, you're going to make mistakes. Just don't make the same ones I made. That's what my parents always used to say. I can't keep you from making mistakes. Just go make your own, not the same ones.
As you, but not as each other. Like, don't keep making the same mistakes over and over for yourself either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I want to ask you something because this question might seem a little obvious, but in today's world where AI is so dominant, why is it important for us to have tools?
Number one, it's this answer, my answer probably is going to seem a little elementary, but
It's your show.
I I keep it simple. In order to be the real person that's using a tool, you need to focus your energy on being you and not trying to figure out some complicated, convoluted, overpriced tool. Just use the basics and run with it. I'm really guilty of something. I love buying stuff off the TikTok shop. The newest fandangled gardening tool, right? And I get it and I look at it and I'm like, that's not what they were selling.
Oh
And my
no.
husband said, I have a shovel that does that. Why did you spend? So it's kind of like that. If you have the basic shovel, you don't need another tool. And it's the same thing with your blog, your autoresponder, your email.
Let's talk to the beginner for a second.
Mhm.
Because there's a lot of people, our we've been in the industry for a long time. And I think it's easy for people like you and I to forget that there's a lot of people who are either just starting out or realizing like, I need a change in my life. And that change can be digital marketing or internet marketing or to create some kind of side hustle or passive income. What's the benefit for us who are either having a side hustle or running a business versus feeling the fear? Like you said, we don't know what we don't know. And sometimes, if we look back at our earlier stages, tools can feel intimidating. But
Very.
what's the payoff? What's the benefit of having the tools?
I'm going to equate this to a baby versus a toddler versus a kindergartner. That baby learns to crawl on its belly before it gets up on its knees, before it stands up on the coffee table, and then falls down with a bump on its head, and then crawls back up. And pretty soon it's walking around the table, and then it's full on running. As a beginner using these tools, you have to give yourself the grace that you're not going to get it right off the bat. You're just not. You're going to have to learn new language, and it's okay. And it's not going to hurt. You might get a bump on the head.
Or two. Yeah.
I hit my head on the desk a few times.
She just sends me a screaming goat that you can't hear right now, but it really does scream. I love that.
Yeah. You just can't be afraid to try. And here's the thing. When you have somebody running with you, someone there that can hold your hand, and when you're pointed in the right direction and not the wrong direction, that will make all the difference in the world.
That is so true. I've got your link for your ultimate tool guide here that I want to share with our friends in a moment. I don't want to spoil it because I want them to grab your tool guide. But what's your favorite tool right now?
It's the one that I hated most in the beginning.
Ah, I have friends like that.
Oh boy, that brought up a vivid image. It would be my blog. Now that I've learned, and it was a long journey of learning how to write to effectively get my feelings on the paper in a way that got my point across. School, although I loved school as a kid, I wasn't the best student, and English was my worst subject.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Tell us in the comment what your favorite tool is right now in business or marketing or whatever you've got going on. We'd love to know. It is funny to me that the very thing you started out with eons ago, it's almost like fashion trends, how we say they always come back around, right? And even in marketing, when people will say, oh, email marketing is dead or blogging is dead, or there's people very successfully doing the things that you claim to be dead. And here we are, I'm not going to say how many years later, but it's ironic to me that your favorite tool is the very thing you started out with. That's pretty cool.
There's a quick little story I'll share with you. I started out learning how to build the blog, and then enter the teacher brought in, or coach brought in, that we needed to start building a list. And I didn't understand what that meant. What do I need a list for? But I did it. Then, where I mentally was in my business at the time, I just didn't see the need for it. So I stopped. But the funny thing is, the analytics on my blog show nothing stopped. But because I didn't market it, I didn't make any sales. People were viewing it as entertainment, not valuable information. Fast forward 12 years. The friend who started at the same time as I did, she shot to the top of her company, her MLM company, all on her blogging and building her email. And so as I look back, it's like, dang it, why did I stop? Even why? And that's the huge mistake that I made, was just stopping.
Sometimes tools can be a shiny object as well, right? And so I don't think we can make this message as clear as we need to for people that when you're doing something and you're intentional and you're giving it the effort and you're going all in and you don't see results yet is the operative word. In your recognition, you realized it was entertainment and not the value driven leading back to the solutions for people, whether it be affiliate marketing or your own courses or your own things. We often see someone else having results and seeing them have success, and we want that. So we abandon ship on what we're doing, and we think just by doing what the other person is doing, I'm going to have the same success or the same results. And boo, that's not the case. And here you are with one of the funnest, productive blogs. You've got great traffic. I know your marketing plan. And so now, how are you doing things differently today with your blog?
I don't use the blog as a true journal. I did back then,
Carla's memoir.
and I really have to go tweak some of those articles. My journey has brought me to learn little bits and pieces along the way, and you tweak them as you go, but you don't quit. And now I've learned to take me out of the equation and focus on what the audience needs to learn. It's like I was sharing with you earlier. A friend of mine asked me to write a book, an instructional how to, and I don't remember what it was about. I said, "Oh my gosh, I can't do that. I don't know that." And she laughed at me and said, "You just told me how to do it." By recognizing our weaknesses, our fears, not quitting, facing them, and continue to learn, you'll get there.
Carla has put together this incredible, incredible tool guide for you. Who's this for?
It's kind of like for the beginner who is thinking about a business and pre-researching the tools that they're going to need for that business. But
Awesome.
then it's also for people who have the business and are changing, pivoting how they're going to do business.
Mhm.
So instead of the old school model of in-person meeting or just in the DMs on Facebook, now they want to take it up a notch and learn how to blog, learn how to build a list, because social is so unreliable. And if you don't capture your own list, somebody else is going to.
And the funny thing is when back in the beginning of your journey when someone told you to build your list, you didn't do it at that point, right? So now that you have and you're actively like I know that's one of your main focuses in your business is just to build this list with quality people so that you can be of quality and of service to them. What difference has having the list made in your business?
If I could give it one word, it would be focus.
Mm.
I now have dialed in my main message by attracting the person that is attracted to that message. Then I could give them the whole set of encyclopedias.
Because I think a lot of people, we see things changing and there's tactics everywhere. I mean, I teach one of them, I teach Pinterest, but Pinterest is not an ATM machine, right? Pinterest can be the core traffic driver for our ecosystem, but you
Mhm.
still need the blog, you still need the email list, you still need the tools in
Mhm.
order for your ecosystem to work for you. And that's why I brought Carla out today. And that's why we're sharing her ultimate tool guide. We were privately discussing offline some of the changes that TikTok, for example, has been seeing. And there's a woman that I follow. She's going to be on my podcast this Friday. She's built two multiple eight-figure businesses. So I really lean on her knowledge for social media. And what she shared is that there is a woman who has over 8 million followers on TikTok. But recently, over the last 6 to 12 months, her videos have only been getting less than 6,000 views per video. Now, some of us wish we had 6,000 views, but with a follower count of over 8 million followers, there's a problem, right? There's a disparity somewhere. And what was revealed is that over the last 12 months, the TikTok has lost over 50 million users from the US base, and a lot more have ghosted or kind of abandoned their accounts. And so, in this TikTok example, the way that it works is when you release a new video, it pushes out to your followers first and it judges based on the follower engagement how well the video should do. So, if it doesn't do well with your followers, the algorithm is not going to push that video out to other non followers, to other users. This is just a vicious cycle. It leaves us feeling burnt out. It leaves us feeling exhausted. And quite honestly, it leaves us feeling like a failure. And so I really appreciate how you share the tools that you find and with the honesty that you do. I mean, good or bad, follow
Yep.
Carla on YouTube. She's going to give it to you straight. Trust me. And she doesn't hesitate on your behalf to say, abort mission, don't, and do follow this. And it goes back to kind of who you are at the core of being that person that's still in the trenches, that's going through, that's trying the thing, that's willing to take the bruises so that you can be of complete service to other people. And I thank you for that.
A lot of you mentioned that blogging and email lists are dead. A lot of people say that. And I would have been one of those people, 3 years ago, but something happened when I pivoted, took off with affiliate marketing that was kind of scary to me.
Yeah.
I joined a couple of platforms, and when I tried to use one of my tools to promote my affiliate link, they shut down my account.
Ugh.
I was like, what the heck? So I called them and said, oh my gosh, what's the deal? AWeber's rules or whatever, compliance, felt that it was a scam. From doing my research, it's not a scam. So then I sat back and I thought, oh my gosh, I wonder how many other people's accounts have gotten shut down and they don't know why. And so then it raised a question. Well, then how am I going to promote this to other people? It's a good thing, but how do I share it if I can't use my list? And then it dawned on me, my home base, my blog, I own it. I can do what I want on my own turf. And so
you have a longer leash with your blog than you do elsewhere.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't be a crook and a thief and a scammer, but
of course,
I don't associate with those. Yeah, it's a must. You have to have a blog, and it doesn't have to be fancy and it doesn't have to be perfect, but to promote your products the way that you want to promote them without everyone else's shackles and muzzles and all that other.
We feel it. We feel it.
Yeah. So that was what I learned here not too long ago, is the blog is a must. Second, the email list.
I love it. And social media is just yet another tool. And I can guarantee you it's not going to be on Carla's ultimate tool guide once you download it. No. She gives you the good tools. So I love it. Thank you, my friend, for coming out and sharing your truth and these resources with us. So we've put the link. You can absolutely download this. It's a free guide, right? So yes, you can download this for free. Grab Carla's tools and connect with her. I mean, she has one of the funnest blogs I ever have read, that I'm like a stalker. And her YouTube content is just as amazing. And I just love seeing you really connect these digital dots and build your ecosystem in the transparent, truthful way that you do. So I'm going to leave you with any last words that you have for our guests today.
Thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day to come watch little old me. But seriously, do hop over to my blog at carlajgardner.com. And over at YouTube, be sure to hit that bell and subscribe so you'll know when a new video is up.
Oh, so exciting. Thank you, friends, for hanging out with us today. Carla, thanks again. And we will see you inside of your blog and your ultimate tool guide. Bye for now, my friend.
Bye.
And hey, before you go, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. And as always, friends don't let friends grow and develop alone. So share this episode with someone you love and care about. We'll see you in the next episode.